Hi friends, MD Vegan. I found a pleasure with making a certain kind of curd. Yeah, it is not actually a curd like we know it, because it's not fermented, for example. Curd is a dairy product usually that has been fermented. I can make some kinds of cheese-like or curd-like or yogurt-like textures without fermentation. Yeah, just putting a little bit of salt in there to make the flavor, or lemon, yeah, to make it a little bit sour. And in addition to that, curd has the fermentation adds a complex flavor to the fermented product. The complexity comes from the bacteria. Fermentation is done by bacteria, and it's hard to predict what kind of bacteria will evolve in the fermentation process. They reproduce many times, and they change. Yeah? There are many different bacteria in one fermentation. So you don't know the flavor that comes out. Very complex flavor. It's just sour, but complex. And you can emulate the complexity, for example, with other ingredients. You don't need fermentation. You can also have the similar effect by putting different ingredients. For example, I have a ripe banana here. Yeah, 2 bananas, very ripe, you see, so that I have a certain sweetness and also begin to get a little bit tangy. You don't have to have very ripe bananas. Just if you happen to have that, you can use it to make the flavor more complex. But the main ingredient here for the curd is macadamia nuts. They have also a certain complex flavor. It is more into the savory direction. Yeah? Cashews, for example, are more sweet. Macadamias are more savory. Yeah? So very nice for cheese. So macadamias go in, and now I put the secret ingredient, flaxseed. I have just 1 tablespoon of ground flaxseed. That is a little bit more than 1 tablespoon now because it's ground, but it's only 1 tablespoon of the seeds. And now when you grind it, they have a little bit more volume. But don't take too much, because that would make the whole curd too gooey. The texture has to do with the flax seeds. They make it a little bit gooey. At the same time, they have a certain savory flavor too. A little smoky flavor comes from the flaxseed. I love that flavor, and not talking about their health benefits. They are recommended for daily use. If you have a recipe where you can put flax seeds in, you are lucky, because they are super healthy. You should eat them every day. Like chia seeds, even healthier than chia seeds. So very good. Protein, fat, everything is in there very healthy, and fiber, many other things, lignans, yeah, for the intestines, and so to prevent cancer, and so that. So flaxseed, that's a long story, but not taking too much here, yeah. And half an apple here, also because of the texture and the flavor. It's a little bit sweet and sour, a little bit sour. An apple has a very firm fiber. Fiber is the key for making texture, so I have all different fibers here, yeah. And half a lemon. That's the sour touch with the apple together that makes it more curd-like tasting and the sour. And of course I have some water, not too much. It should not be runny. It should be like a pudding or a curd in between. Yeah, I make it very simple here. I have just 5 ingredients, a little water. Yeah. And because if I could put, for example, you could also try to make it more like curd if you put coconut oil or coconut butter in there. I found that it also gets closer to the curd, but I want to avoid that now. Coconut oil, coconut butter is a very heavy. Yeah, you can use that, but you don't have to. Maybe it would get a little bit more curd-like. You have to experiment with that. I have some other recipes where I used it, but now I go a little bit lighter here. Yeah, the flax seeds are new to me, and it's amazing. There's already the wonderful flavor. Macadamias and flax seeds together have the perfect flavor. You gotta try that. This is a sweet recipe for curd, with a sweet curd. I have another recipes for a savory curd with chives. You can look it up. It's recent only. It's very nice. And now this is sweet again. Flaxseed is the secret key element here. Let's have blender dance. is very nice. Yeah, texture, I like the texture. It's a little bit gross, more rough, and so on. Let's see what happens. Now, let's taste it. Okay, it's creamy, yeah. Wow, very nice. It's a different flavor, yeah. It's a little bit like curd, and will firm up a little bit because the flaxseeds, you know, they are especially also the macadamias. Neither has been soaked, so they will firm up a little bit as they sit. It's a little runny now. I won't put more water because I know it will firm up. Instead, I will pour it into a glass here to show you the texture. The flavor is very nice. I would call it a curd, but it is not really a curd. But you see, it's pretty much similar. And as I said, it will firm up a little bit more. So that you have to always check if you use unsoaked nuts or seeds. You have to know, let it sit for a moment after blending. Before you decide, you put more water also. I always begin with a little bit less water, and I blend it, and I sit for a while, and then I know if I have to use more water. If I put now the fruit on top, I cannot blend anymore because the fruit are already in. So to get the correct texture, you wait for a moment and then you add maybe more water or the fruit or however you want to serve it. So to add the fruit now, I have there's now the base. Yeah, it's a nice breakfast, nutritious and also very healthy. Keeps for a while. I put some the crown on top. I hear these blackberries. One of my favorite berries. They're very rare, of course, and pomegranate seeds. I guess they might be fitting together. Both have some crunchy parts and some sweet parts and some soft parts. So I will just try to combine them. The colors are definitely super nice together, black and red. It's beautiful. And I put them on top and enjoy right away. So I put it down on top. Yeah, the texture is already changing. It firms up a little bit as I thought, and it is nice. It's nice. It's a nice texture, and I will definitely go on experimenting with this kind of curd with the macadamia nuts and with flax seeds. This is interesting, and banana, of course, to give a little bit more creaminess. The apple, yeah. Now let's see where it goes. This is now my breakfast for today. I love these fruity breakfasts. This is, of course, with nuts too. It's a little bit heavier than just fruit, but it's also very nice and will keep for some time until I have to eat again. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If so, like my video and subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day, and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.